It's Miss Lamort. Today we're going to be doing equivalence with customary units of length. You should have already watched a video that introduces you to inches and feet, but today we're going to be doing a little bit more practice with problem solving with those customary units of length. So I want to take a look at this word problem with you guys first, and since it's a word problem, we're going to use the rush strategy. So this problem says Jess jumped 6 feet at her track meet. How many inches did she jump? All right, so we read it once, now let's reread it again and let's underline some important information. So I see that it says Jess jumped 6 feet at her track meet, so we're going to underline 6 feet. And then it says how many inches did she jump? So that's our question, and I want to underline the word inches in the question because that's going to be our unit. I also see some information over here. This is a data table. So I want to look and see what information from the data table is going to be useful for this question. Well, I see the question is asking about feet. All right, so I see 1 foot over here. And then it says equals 12 inches. Well, that's good because inches is the other unit that we're looking into. So I'm going to just make a box around that piece of information because that's what we're going to need from this data table. All right, so I underline important information. Now I'm going to frame my answer. So if the question says how many inches did she jump, well, we know that our answer is going to be in inches. So we're going to frame it by saying she jumped blank inches. We don't know how many yet. That's what we're going to figure out. All right. So we have this little diagram or a picture here that shows what's going on too. It says Jess jumped 6 feet. Okay, so that's from here to here. And we want to know how many inches she jumped. So I like to make a table to start, and I want to see if that's going to help me solve this problem. So let's start by filling it in one side with feet, the other side with inches. And we're going to fill it out with the information that the problem already gives us. They tell us that 1 foot equals how many inches? 12 inches. Okay. So to visualize that, 1 foot is 12 inches. But Jess did not just jump 1 foot, she jumped 6 feet. So we're going to need to continue this table. Let's see, 2 feet is how many inches? Well, if 1 foot is 12 inches, 2 feet, we just need to add on 12 more inches. That's going to be 24 inches. So again, to visualize it, 2 feet is twice as long. 12 more inches, that's going to be 24 inches total. Okay, let's continue our table. 3 feet. Well, let's just add on 12 more inches. 24 plus 12, that's going to be 36 inches. Let's visualize that over here. That's another 12 inches, right? 1 foot, 2 feet, 3 feet equals 36 inches. Okay, but we need to keep going because we're not at 6 feet yet. 4 feet, let's just add on 12 more inches. 36 plus 12, that's going to be 48 inches. Again, visualize another 12 inches. Okay, all right, 5 feet. Well, let's just add on 12 more. See, we're just adding 12 more each time. That's going to be 60 inches. Again, to visualize, I'm going to make that arrow to show the jump. That would be 5 feet, another 12 inches. And then finally, 6 feet. Let's add on 12 more inches. 60 plus 12, that's going to be 72 inches. Again, to visualize, that's how far she jumped, all the way over to here, another 12 inches. That gives us 72 inches. All right, so to answer our question, if we look at our table that we just made, how many inches are in 6 feet? 6 feet equals, 72 inches. So I can replace that, my blank, in my answer frame. Okay, but I want you to take a look for a second at our table that we just made and see if you notice a pattern. You might even want to pause this video for a second and take a look and see if you can notice a pattern that's going on the table that we just made. All right, so if you paused and noticed a pattern, you might have noticed this. Each time we move to the next foot, we're multiplying by 12. 1 times 12 equals 12. 2 times 12 equals 24. 3 times 12 equals 36. 4 times 12 equals 48. 5 times 12 equals 60. Oops, I forgot my equal sign over here. And 6 times 12 equals 72 inches. So really what we did for this problem was we took the 6 feet that Jess jumped. To convert it into inches, we just took, instead of 1 foot, we said 6 feet times 12 equals 72. So really what we could have done, and we could have used the standard algorithm, we could have done 6 times 12, or if we set it up, I like to do the larger digit on top, we could have done 12 times 6. And then if we do the standard algorithm, 2 times 6 is 12. We got to regroup that 1, keep the 2 here. 1 times 6 is 6, plus another 1 is 7. Oh, and there we go, we get 72. All right, so all we really had to do was to take the 6 feet that she jumped and multiply it by 12 inches. So we had 72 inches. Now let's take a look. I'm gonna show you some more examples that you can try on your own now. So make sure you have a pen and a piece of paper, or sorry, a pencil and piece of paper out so you can try these. All right, this next example says 8 yards equals how many inches? All right, well, we're always gonna have this data table next to us. So I'm gonna lead you through this one. The next one will be on your own. All right, 1 yard, well, hold on. We have 2 units here. We have yards and we have inches. Okay, let me look at my data table. This is where I'm gonna wanna look, yards and inches. Well, if 1 yard equals 36 inches, how am I gonna figure out what 8 yards equals? Well, over here, I just took 6 feet and multiplied it by 12 inches, but that was feet. So if I'm working with yards, I can say that 8 yards times, how many inches are in a yard? Oh, 36. So we can do 8 times 36 equals, and then you can use the standard algorithm to do that and line it up. So you might want to pause this video and figure that out. All right, so we could say 36 times 8. All right, 6 times 8, hopefully we remember that. 6 times 8 is 48. Okay, then 3 times 8 is 24, but we want to add 4 more, so that's going to be 28. So my answer is 8 yards, let me type this because it's a little bit easier, equals 288 inches. Okay, I just took the number of yards, which was 8, and I multiplied it by how many inches are in a yard. That's 36. 8 times 36 equals 288.